Okay, let's go.
All right, friends of the Coachella Valley, do I have a fantastic episode for you today? Jose here from the New Mindset. So this is kind of funny. We met in a non-traditional way of meeting guests. Here I have with me Miss Tisha Vaculin. Is that how you say it?
It's Tisha Vaculin.
Vaculin. Oh, that's even better.
Yeah.
So Tisha, oh my gosh. First of all, thank you for taking some time out of your busy schedule to meet with me. But I waited till you came back from Europe. I mean, you've been traveling, you've been everywhere. You went and came back. And before we get into all your fun adventures you have today, let's talk a little bit about your past. Tell me where you grew up. Where are you originally from?
Okay, so I'm Tisha Vaculin. I'm originally from Salt Lake City, Utah.
Oh,
Not something to write home about,
okay.
but
All right. That's
I was on the
interesting.
west side.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted to talk about that.
Oh yeah.
But it was great. I had a mom. I really never knew my dad, and it's kind of built the character that I am now, having the experiences that I did growing up. But I was initially put in the business as a runway model when I was 4.
Whoa.
I did. I spent many years on the runway.
Whoa. So
And as you
started
can see, I'm tall, so it worked.
Yes, right. So at 4 years old, you were already doing modeling. Is it competitions or is it just?
Nope, just runway modeling. I would do, Levi's and, cute little kid outfits and stuff like that.
Okay.
I remember it. I actually remember
Like the
some of
TV
the
show,
times.
like what's it? Pageant.
Oh, I
Kids or
don't think I've
something?
ever seen that. No, not really.
Okay.
I don't think it was that intense. Like the pageant world's a little
Right.
different. I've tried the pageant world as well when I was little. But that one hurt your feelings.
Oh, see,
That one makes you cry. I don't want to do that. Even as an adult, I would probably cry trying to get back in that world.
Oh my gosh! So you're here in the Coachella Valley now. When did you
am.
come here?
I have been here for about 4 months.
Also, you're very fresh
I'm
here in the
very
scene.
new,
Now.
yes.
How do you like it?
Well, it's hot.
It's hot.
It's
You
hot,
came
and
at the
it's
time
beautiful.
that
It's beautiful. I
Oh, yeah.
have never seen so many golf courses in one spot.
Yeah. Yes.
Like
Yes.
every and to the left and
literally,
right and whatever.
literally,
Yeah.
you can just walk into a golf course without knowing. Yeah.
Yes, but it's beautiful. It's clean. I like it. I'm
Mhm.
still adjusting.
Yeah.
But
I've been here for about 9 years now. I came from LA,
oh,
and
yeah.
so specifically, Huntington Beach. So coming from
Oh,
the
that's
beach
nice.
to the desert is a weird trade,
Totally.
but I'll take it. It's something about the city that's so unique.
Yeah.
And in those 4 months, have you gotten to know the way of the people, like how they are around here? Would you say?
I wouldn't say. I think my only place that I've met anyone is the gym, just because I'm there all
right.
the time.
All the
so
time.
people will say hi and whatnot.
Good.
Grocery stores, things
Of
like
course,
that.
of course. So going back to your growing up in Salt Lake City,
Yeah.
what did you have siblings? Are you a single child?
I do. I have a sister. She's beautiful. Looks like a little Marilyn Monroe.
Oh, hey, there you go. So
Yeah.
are you? You're what? You're 25, 26?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
I'm 25.
Perfect.
Going on
Perfect.
45.
Stop. See, this is what we just talked about this. So your sister's younger or older than you?
She's younger.
Did you guys get to grow up together, or
We
was
did.
that?
Yeah,
Oh, did you?
we
You
did.
went to high school together and all that stuff.
She was always behind. Yeah, she was behind me by 4 years, so we never
Okay.
were in the same school. Maybe elementary school, a couple years and stuff.
Right,
But
right.
She was when I was younger. She was my protector, and as I got older, I became hers.
Hers? Oh,
Yes.
that's a good trade-off. So you were about 4 years old when you started doing the walkways, and then I'm assuming you went to traditional school, right? Or
I went to private school. I
You went
did
to private
both.
school,
I tried
okay.
both. We were on the wrong side of the railroad tracks
Okay.
in Utah.
Got
So
it.
I got into a lot of trouble with people, and I didn't really fit into any group. And so, I got into a lot of fights.
That's one does. Yes.
And a lot of things happened, but
So you're
my
an MMA
mom
fighter
put
too,
me,
huh?
Absolutely. UFC.
100%. That's
UFC.
it. Yes.
So now, my mom saw the problems that were happening in the
Okay.
public system, and so she was able to get me in. It was amazing how she was able to pull it off to a Catholic school. So I went to high school at a private Catholic school, and it was good. It was
Private schools are
big
different, right?
change
Yeah,
from what
private schools are really
like
different.
the ghetto I was in versus going to a private Catholic school was all
I get
a
you.
whole new game. But I loved it. I would appreciate it. God first. I just got my first tattoo. So
Oh yes,
God
that's what it says.
God,
Oh,
yes.
hey, there you go.
So,
Did you? Where did you fit that? So this life that you're in now is in the entertainment business.
yeah.
At what point do you think that started happening to you? Was it more like in the time that you were growing up? I think of high school as our formative years. It's where we really start to learn how to grow relationships. We go through the most struggle. We learn the most. We learn from the best teachers sometimes, the worst teachers sometimes.
Right.
How? When do you find yourself? At what point in your lifetime did you find that?
Well, originally, so I was a dancer. I did the runway modeling, and
What
I
type
was
of dancer
also
are
a
you?
dancer, like jazz dancer. You know, I could perform at a football game. You know, right? I was at 11 years old. I performed at the halftime show for the Cowboys. So that was
You were a cowgirl?
That was my glow. The Dallas cheerleaders, the Cowboy cheerleaders made us little gifts.
Can I tell you something?
After we were done.
I have
It was
told
so
people
cool.
that one day I'm going to meet one of the dancers.
Oh yeah. Oh, I wasn't a dancer.
Not
no,
in there.
I was only 11.
Okay.
So I did with them. I just got to dance
even
with
more
them at the
impressive somehow.
halftime show.
That was
I
like 10
wish.
years ago.
And then after that, right, exactly. After that, I was like, I'm going to be a Dallas cheerleader. I'm going to be a Cowboys cheerleader. Like, it was this thing for me. I put the little present that the cheerleaders made for us up on my wall. And I remember thinking I was going to be that. The whole time from 4 years old on, the one thing that I did enjoy was being in front of camera and being able to express myself differently than I had to maybe inside my home or inside my normal life. So I noticed even as a runway model, I got to be a character. My mom had me in a dance called Stars. They were like the greatest in the West Coast. We were the greatest dance team in the West Coast. And when I turned, I don't know, maybe it was like 9 or 10, they had some auditions for a movie called Saturday's Warrior. And if anyone out there is from Utah and y'all know this movie, it's an LDS movie. I was raised
I'm putting it on my thing right now.
Oh, no.
I am researching this as you're speaking. Go ahead.
But that was actually my first intro into being in a movie where I was able to perform as a dancer and as an actor. And I got a little taste of that. And I knew. I mean, I said it since I was really little. If you ask my mom, she'll tell you I was obsessed with Shirley Temple. And I thought I was the next Shirley Temple. And I'd spend hours in my room dancing to Tina Turner.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And be like, I'm going to be like Tina Turner and
that's fantastic.
Shirley Temple.
Oh my gosh.
And so I had this fantasy world. Yes, I'm excited.
That's fantastic. So you really, truly knew from the get-go, like, hey, this is my life. This is my world.
Yeah.
Camera is what I feed into. This is fantastic.
Yeah.
Did you ever take steps in that in your formative years? I'm talking specifically high school. You know, did you ever take like theater or classes? Did you?
I did.
So you've been in theater.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think that's still to this very second would be my favorite type of acting. Because you're like this. You know, you're out there. You're very animated. You get to have your own character built around your personality on a stage where people get to see you versus you got your cold reads or your scripts and somebody else is telling you how you need to interact as your character.
If you mess up, you got to fix it, baby.
Theatrical. Yeah, exactly. You messed up and the whole world sees that. My favorite part was dressing up as a boy in high school. I got to play Scrooge. And I pulled it off. Nobody even knew that it was a girl that played it.
Did you? What is it? Okay, I'm sorry. This theater nerd inside me.
I love it.
What is your favorite? Do you prefer straight plays or musical?
Both are amazing. I don't have the most musical talent by any means. Never really have.
Okay.
But you know, theatrical, you're just like,
yeah.
You know,
like,
so I pull it off. I can pull off the musicals.
Okay. I did theater for most of my life.
I
is
love
theater.
that.
Everything in my life is theater.
Yeah.
Movie and TV here and there. And my favorite one that I always get cast in, I don't know how to feel about that, West Side Story. And I almost always play Bernardo. Almost every time. Every time I play Bernardo. And
awesome.
To the point that I know the choreography because it's repeat, right? It's just cookie cutter. You just literally learn the choreo and you do it. It's the same thing every time.
Oh my gosh.
So anytime that comes up, I love it. But I mean, I got the chance to play Mr. Mistopheles in Cats, and that was something that made me the dancer I am today, and so on and so forth. So I'll tell you that.
So cool.
I don't know if you've ever.
Whole nother conversation.
Whole nother. We can be here for hours. Well, let's do this. I love what we're talking about. Let's cut to a quick commercial. When we come back, let's talk about what's going on today. How you're doing today? What's happening? Who is Tisha today? All right.
Awesome.
Let's do it. Let me tell you about events with the new mindset. We always have the best, and you can't say the best without King Events. Jerry at King Events has always been there for me for every single need that I have. Man, this guy's amazing. But let me have somebody share their story. You can hear it for yourself.
The first time I booked with King Events, I was working at a local jewelry store. We had a mechanical bull on a very busy date, and Jerry was able to accommodate to our needs. The entertainment was great. Working with his team was super easy, and he was there to answer every question we had. I can't recommend him enough. Not only is King Events my go-to for family or business parties, they are also local and family-owned. Call them today at 1-760-238-1692. Again, that's 760-238-1692.
Don't forget to call today. And now let's get back to the show.
And we're back. Okay, so and you have so many projects and so many things. I know there's a million things you can talk about, but let's focus on you. Okay. So who are you today? That's such a loaded question. Huh?
It is a loaded question.
Such an easy question to answer. I know.
I don't. I can't believe it at the ripe old age of 29.
Exactly.
That I am still trying to find myself. But as a person, I feel like I was born to be a mom. I have 3 wonderful children. They're all grown. My son is 16, so he's the closest still to have a little baby.
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to call him baby, so. But he's my baby.
I can't believe you have a kid. You have a 16-year-old.
I have a 30-year-old.
What? This is the nonsense I'm talking to you guys about. It's just not. If you were here sitting down looking at her, you would not believe she's anywhere past 23 or 24. This is ridiculous.
Yes.
How do you keep up?
I think I did things differently before they were grown.
Okay.
Versus what I do now. As I started to feel empty nest come to you, and ladies, if you're listening, empty nest is a real thing. It will make you do crazy things just to fill that void. I miss it. I love it. I was, like I said, born to be a mom. I loved every aspect of it. I'm trying to find my way. So what I have done since they've been older is just indulge myself into 3 different areas of the entertainment business. And I'm just working constantly, traveling
constantly. What would those areas be?
So I actually do consulting for a specific consulting firm. What most people can see of me right now would be a place called Billboards Inc. It's a full service PR and marketing company. And we also have a reality show built around it. We're on the first season. We're finishing right now. Yes, so you'll be able to see us soon. Yeah, that's just that area.
That's just Tuesday.
I know. And at the same time, I was so blessed to meet this amazing gentleman named Rob Rockefeller. Sound like a familiar name to you?
That sounds very familiar.
And he took me under his wing. And not only am I going to be in his next big project for Universal Studios, right?
Wow. There you go.
I'm also working as an executive for his entertainment company.
Fantastic.
So yeah, I'm dove all the way in.
I don't have time to do this right now.
I know.
It's beyond me.
I had to really find
seriously.
the time. That's why we came at 6 a.m.
Literally. So right now, I love it. You really started with talking about how you being a mom is your job. Yes. Everything else comes secondary. You've been able to not only split that, but put the priority in the family. That's fantastic. That's something that not a lot of people learn how to do. And again, I ask you, how do you think you found that balance? What do you think it was? Like, do you think you were born with it, or how did you know you were that mom?
I can't explain what it was for me the minute I became a mom. It just changes you, and you know that everything that you do from that point forward is to give them the better life than you had, and that's what I've chosen to do. So I did. I definitely made them a priority as much as I possibly could, and now it's just kind of weird because I don't know if they're pulling away from me or I'm pulling away for work and keeping myself. But as a whole, I think you find this way. It's instilled in me to figure out how to just make it all work.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. I'm probably giving myself more credit than I deserve.
Absolutely not. I think you're not giving you enough credit.
We flaw as parents, though. We do. We're not perfect. We forget things. I wish I could go back to certain days and certain times and make different decisions. But I hope that they always know that I always did my best for them.
Yeah. Well, kids have a funny way of remembering mom and dad. And they'll always come back and say thank you in their own way, shape, or form. And you said you have 3 of them.
I have 3, yes.
Fantastic. You give them a shout out. Go right ahead.
Shout out to my babies, Felicia, Caitlin, and Aiden.
There you go, guys. Well, it's fantastic that not only are you capable of doing that, and let me ask you about your agency, what you do. So just to mention this, and I'm going to mention it live or here on the show. The first conversation you and I had over the phone, or the second one, I think, we were talking about our projects and what we're wanting to do and all these things. There's so many things happening.
Yeah.
And the first thing you said is, oh my gosh, I want to get in here. I can connect you with this, and this. How did you begin those connections? How did you grow that?
It absolutely started 25 years ago. It has taken me that long to get in to a place where I could actually shake hands with Rockefeller. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's taken a very long time. So it trying to think, I can say little things like I remember going to the Sky Bar in, you know where that is, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Sky Bar when I was like 22, and I was there with a handful of like Kim Kardashian was there. She was a nobody back. Not that she was a nobody, but nobody knew her name back then. And that's how far back it goes. Way before anybody was anybody. We definitely didn't have smartphones. We didn't have the internet. If you did not show up to the nightclub, or you did not show up to the after party or the awards, you're not networking. You ain't moving. Because people think you just show up and you do good audition and people like you and you get the role, and that's just not it. People want to see you over and over again.
Did you go to the Madonna after parties? I don't know if you know what
No, I never did.
There was oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about certain.
I've heard some things. That's all I'm saying.
I'm gonna tell you a fun story that's gonna be very short. I worked for the red carpet for a few years, and I was backstage, and I got to meet a lot of celebrities for that time. And I messed up John Travolta.
I love him.
One time saying Adina Menzel's name, and we'll talk about that another time. But anyways, so I got invited to a few parties through my colleagues and stuff. People are invited sometimes, and I got invited once to a Madonna party. It's an after party after the Oscars.
Yes,
it's a yearly
after parties,
thing. Yes. And I'm in my head, I'm thinking, oh, we're gonna go to Madonna's house, kind of crazy. And it's not so much, right? Like they rent a mansion that's not their mansion, parties there. But man, the people that are surrounded there's just so many high-end producers. And it's the first time I ever met Kevin Feige before he was the Marvel exec he is today. Wow. And I remember bumping into him and just saying hello, and I really liked the movie he did when he was starting. In any case, that network, that thing you're talking about, is by pure coincidence.
It is.
Sometimes you just have to be at the right place at the right time.
Right place at the right time, but if you don't ever leave your couch, and that was the thing about me, I'm actually an introvert. What? Yeah, I know. Stop. That's what everyone says.
What?
I am. I will. I want to stay home. I want to be home. I like to be, in the dark in my bed with my glasses on, reading something on the internet or whatever. But so to drag me out, it's actually a thing to get me out of the house.
I can't believe that.
Like, oh,
I can't believe that.
I have to put makeup on today. Like it's like that. So. I'm very introverted. I can't believe I wore leather.
I'm like, what?
I'm sweating so bad. I'm like, do you hear this? Like my leather is making noises, guys. I'm sweating. It really it's like sticking to my body.
And for those of you that don't know, leather is in again, apparently.
Yes! Leather queen.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah. Well, let's get to another commercial. When we come back, let's talk about the future, right? Yes. Your industry is growing. The industry continues to expand in different directions. So let's just hear about what you have planned coming up. Let's hear about that.
Sounds great.
All right, we'll be right back. Here at The New Mindset, we love the way we look. It all starts with a smile, and the best way to have it is without a filter. Here we have Vanessa to tell us more about her services.
Hi, you may have thought that a teeth whitening can only be done at the dentist, and it has to cost an arm and a leg, and it has to hurt, but it doesn't. Here at Lovely Smiles Teeth Whitening, we get you your whitest smile, less than the dentist, and with no sensitivity, to your home or in-store. Best way to reach us is 760-619-6765. Shoot me a text with any questions you have, and let's get you on your way to a lovely smile.
The best part about working with Vanessa is she's a local entrepreneur. So let's all support each other. See you there. And we're back. So guys, let's talk again about the future of the projects coming up. You obviously have a fantastic company you started. How long ago did you start that company, by the way?
Billboard. Are you talking Billboard Inc? So
Billboard Inc.
I actually was blessed to be grandfathered into this business.
Okay.
It started with an amazing team. Jen Leberty. I'll send you all the links.
Please.
Jen Leberty and Will of All Trades, and our amazing producer, Deanna Land Productions, invited me to come into the business and team up with them, be part of the main cast as well. So
wow.
I wasn't the one that started it. They took a really great, unique idea, mixed it with some of the, we all have our strong points, basically. We all bring something to the table, and together we just really have an amazing team there. And it's going to go far. We're going international. Well, you'll see that on our show, where we're going just from being, California to New York. And from there, we're going to be going overseas. So I can't believe it happened so fast. We really did do it from January.
Oh, is that what you were in Europe? By the way, Tisha was in Europe.
Yeah, I will tell you off air why.
Okay, we'll talk about that another time.
Yeah,
that's right.
That's for all of you guys to tune in and watch.
Yeah. And so now, so you're here. As you're in this company, you're in this cast, you're in this production. What project that you can talk about do you have coming up, or something that's kind of in your head that you can probably chat about right now?
So yeah, at the end of the year, I will be doing a movie called STEM. It's through it's the Universal Studios movie. Ooh. So I'm going to be spending a few months filming that and have a little downtime, and then actually rolling right into the second movie, which will be STEM 2.
Oh my gosh.
Right. So the next year of my life, 2 years of my life are pretty booked.
You're pretty tied up, yeah.
Right. So on that scale, also Rockefeller Entertainment, they have things structured so amazingly. Mm-hmm. We are going to be in different countries, using different studios, and doing so many amazing projects.
Wow.
And I'll be back with you another time when I can tell you more about some of the things that we're trying to trademark and get out there.
I can't wait.
Yes.
That sounds really good.
And then Billboard Inc. Let's go. Season 2. I mean, there's no reason why we shouldn't be going into season 2 while we go international.
Oh, yeah.
So that's definitely a thing. To say, what do I want to do? I want people to have the opportunity that maybe I didn't have. Mm-hmm. And I didn't have to, spend 25 years to get there. I want people to have the same heart that I have, to come to me, to come to Rockefeller Entertainment, come to Billboard Inc. Let us help them get where they want to be. With understanding, right? Don't you think if there was something you knew and you learned 20 years ago, you could have been like, God, I would learn that. I would be so much further in, So I definitely took the baby steps. But one thing about this industry that I have learned, and I actually will tell you a quick short story.
Yeah, go for it.
So I have a group of friends, and they're really good friends with Jamie Foxx. So when I first came into the business, I just knew this group of people. They introduced me to him, and I remember after so many times of being in the same place as Jamie, I got comfortable enough to ask him a question. This is like 22 years ago. I said, why are you not helping our friend?
You're only 25, so
yeah, right.
Right.
Why are you not helping our friend? You know that he wants to be in the business, and it's not whatever. And he said, I am helping him by allowing that gray area to happen. Ooh. If you don't have that gray area and you just go from A all the way, and the way he worded it's obviously not exactly how I'm saying it, but it took me a really long time. I was just like, that doesn't even make any sense. Like, he's talented. You should. But as I progressed in my life, I've never forgot, if I didn't have this gray area, I would be doing things wrong.
Yeah.
I would be stepping toes on people. I would be doing things that we don't know, that if we don't learn, we can't get to that place to be that successful boss that we need to be today.
Yeah, I'll tell you that. Everybody, I don't think I'm alone. I think everybody has the thought of, if I ever made this decision 20 years ago, and you know what I would change? If I was able to go back in time, I would make the same mistakes, but like sooner in life.
Yes.
That's that gray area.
Me too.
That really is the gray area, because, and it's a very fantastic way of explaining that. Because that's kind of your learning, is that gray area.
Yes, it is.
Because there's certain things that you can't, this is going to sound like a minutia, but if you go up to a person and you introduce yourself without shaking their hand, that introduction may not have gone as well as it could have. Exactly. And it's one little thing, but if you don't learn that, you're always going to make the same mistake until somebody corrects it.
Yes.
And you're in the same boat. You just went back in
Yes.
time to make the same
Mhm.
boat. You know, it's like it's not a solution. It's another problem. So yeah, the gray area is very, very important.
Very important. And I realize that now and appreciate exactly what he told me and exactly why we all had to go through what we went through.
It's fantastic. Would you say that was there something specific that you learned along the way that's helping you as a formative person today and going into the future?
Yes, I'm thinking of how to word it. I think there's many things that came about in that area, but I think keeping your cool, being
That's so tough.
in business, especially
So
in this
tough.
business, so many things are going to happen. You're always going to have your few people you can get on the phone to and vent to,
Mhm.
but to keep your cool, and no matter who does what to you, you have to turn around and keep face. You really, you really do, because people do judge you by the way you react to things. People do judge you by how you handle things. And so, these were fighting words when I was in high school, but now I just have, understand people are people and everyone's going to try and get where they need to go. Sometimes cut corners. And if you can just see them as the human that they are, hope that they learn from their mistakes, because they aren't sitting at my table anymore.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. It is important to note that everybody, everybody should get a second chance. But some people that just kind of take that second chance and trash it.
Yes, they'll still trash it.
And they still try. Yeah, you're right. And it really is how you handle it at the end of the day. And you're absolutely correct. There's times where you need to just sit there and listen to them. There's times where you need to make a point. There's times where, all of that, you're right, is very, very crucial. And in this entertainment business, very cutthroat, very push aside, and whatever the reason is for why you could or could not get a role or a piece or time space or something. It's just it's sometimes the most smallest of things, but if you let that take over, you're gonna let it take over forever.
Absolutely.
You gotta learn how to get up away from the bed sheets, away from the last and whatnot.
Yes.
Unless you can't or you don't want to.
Right.
In any case, that's deep.
We got
shake it
deep
off.
there.
Let's go back a little bit. Let's have more fun with it. So my one question I do have for you. So you said your youngest one is 16, right?
Yes.
So, okay, well, have I been out of high school that long? So to me, 16 is what you're going into your junior year.
Junior year, yeah.
So how are you gearing for that?
Oh. Well, I will say this. So for the first time, I don't get to see my son as much as I did. I've always had 50-50 custody, and I have been blessed to have a good baby's dad, and in the retrospect of how he is with my son.
Okay.
And he was able to take on that responsibility 4 months ago when I came here to film my show. So he lives with him for full time. Well, I've had him his whole life, almost all the time.
Right.
That's hard. So I'm probably doing it differently than, say, his dad is doing, right? I'm not sure how he's preparing, but for me, I'm just over here going what can I do? How can I help you guys? And oh my gosh, he's going to be in 11th grade.
That's right.
6'1" now. He's huge and he's tall, and he's
Is he doing sports?
good. He's done a little of everything. Yeah, he's tried out. He's actually loves theater.
Oh, really?
Yes, I
Hey,
know.
there you go.
He's
Another
the
one. That's
kid
it.
that, my boy after my own heart. So yes, he's amazing. He loves being on stage. He did a great job recently doing his musical, and I'm just so proud of him because he's very smart. They're all very smart, but he's
you really are a great mom. You know that. You really know. Knowing everything you do and all that stuff, you really, really are a great mom. I can see.
That.
I know you guys are just listening, but if you could see the way she's speaking about her kid, it's fantastic. Honestly, you can look to you, kiddo. You're gonna do great. With the support system you got, your mom's fantastic.
Yes.
All right, well, let's cut to the last commercial. When we come back, let's just have the last notes. I do want to mention a recent Instagram account that I came across, and let's just talk about it for a little second. I will be back. Hey, friends of Coachella Valley, Jose here for the New Mindset. We're so excited to bring you our 4th of July event to the Village in Palm Springs. We've been having events there all month long, and we have Lexi here to tell you a bit more about that.
Hey guys, Lexi here. So let me tell you about the experiences with the New Mindset at the Village. From the drinks to the dance floor, the atmosphere, it's always a hit. With different events from Monday to Sunday, there's never a miss. We'll see you at the next event. Stay tuned for more.
And we're back. So, this has been a fantastic conversation. I
Thank
can't
you.
believe
I
it.
think so too.
Can you believe it's been
flowed
30
so
some odd
good.
minutes?
I know.
It's insane, isn't it?
Great.
I want to just ask you, this podcast is worldwide. People listen to us anywhere if you have internet or any source of even a radio, you can hear us.
Wow, I love that.
Oddly enough, right? There's some odd places that I never thought would be. We're in Singapore.
Oh.
We're in Australia. And just
Okay.
recently, someone showed me Madagascar, and I'm like, how? I thought there was no people living in Madagascar. That's weird. It's more like somebody knows someone probably that's there
that they send it to.
or something like they were
Yes.
listening to. But the fact that they listen to a few podcasts, I mean, that's great. So what I learned is you never know who's listening.
Yes.
So I'll ask you. I always ask everyone, what is a pearl of wisdom you can leave for someone to pick up? I know you said that you started very young. Like, obviously, your mother helped you in that first stage, right?
Yes.
But what would you say would be a good first step into this world? What would be a good first step into walking into it, and maybe the first way to start learning that gray area? What would you think that be?
Good question. I actually answer this question a lot to a lot of moms when we do talent management and we have younger people come in. And I think that the dynamic of age may apply here a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But you're never too old to do what you want to do in life. That is fact. Whether you want to go be a garbage man or you want to be an A-list actor, I mean, there's just really no age on it. I know that you hear it a lot, but there's not. I think that's just based on the fact that how much time do you have to make it happen. I would say, reach out, find people with similar mindsets. If you absolutely have no access to anybody in my business, call your local college. Find out what their theater programs look like. And then when you go in there, now half those people want to go into stage acting while the other half want to go into film. So now you've got a little team of people that can give you that next step.
That's great advice.
hard.
That is great advice. I never thought of that.
Thank you.
That's fantastic advice.
Yeah.
Wow.
To get started.
Just even your local college.
Yeah.
That's so smart. When you,
Thank you.
I can't remember that. That's fantastic.
I have decent days, my brain cells work
I have decent
sometimes,
days.
Oh,
that's fantastic. I never thought of that. You're right. Yeah, finding yourself in the area with mindset of people would be another. That's a great one. If you didn't have a college, what would be your next? You say, oh, you can't figure this out. Let's step into this world. What would you say would be another one?
Well, I think I always let people know, first of all, if, a lot of times people see the desperate. I don't want to go into a bad place, but I think people need to hear, if you don't know what you're doing and you call somebody and they're like, well, we need you to pay for classes and we want you to do this and whatever. I think you really need to pay attention to what that is, because really the reality is you should only be paying for headshots, right? So if they're helping you with that, that makes sense. Or if they have a good connection into their school with, if you go to our school, we also have these auditions over here. So pull out your Yellow Pages or your Google or whatever, and you can probably Google agents in your area. I mean, they have them even in the cities that don't really apply.
Very small cities,
right. Find out where you can go, just be on set. But I also say the first thing anyone needs to do in any type of line of work, you have to start from the bottom. So go be an extra. Go spend 16 hours on set. See if you can handle it. Because you will spend 16 hours.
A full day. Oh my gosh.
12 to 16 hours is so normal. And your feet will blister and you'll be hot and you'll be ornery and you'll be tired and hungry. And, there's so much more to just being cute in front of the camera and stuff like that. So if you can be an extra, you can be a superstar. It's the hardest thing you'll ever do.
Yeah, that is the hardest part.
Really, it is.
It's so hard.
So I remember those days. I mean, it was when I was little. And when I was a young adult.
Oh my gosh, when you were little, I'm just thinking about that. You're right.
God,
I was in the set I was in the movie Yes Day with on Netflix.
Yeah.
And I called a friend of mine that's never done this, and I was like, "Hey, you want to come?" She was so all excited at first, like, "Oh yeah, I'll be on TV, I'll be on the movie." I'm like, "Yeah, we're extras. I don't know that we'll be on the movie. Like, just we'll definitely get to enjoy it,
right? Walk
and
by.
Definitely get to see it, so you see if you like it, and So we went, and sure enough, right? It started at I think like 3 p.m. But I knew the scene was a night scene, so I'm thinking, we're gonna be all day. We're gonna literally be here till like 4 or 5 in the morning. And I told her, yeah, it's up. And she goes, great, yeah, we'll meet celebrities, all this. I'm like, yeah, I don't think you know how it goes. Then we are standing there. It's 2 a.m, and we have to redo the whole cheer scene for the big scene at the end. We're at something called something Palooza. They're recreating like a concert. And
wow.
it's like the 5th time we've heard her give out the same song. And like prior to this, she loved her, the artist.
Yes.
And now, and after that, she's like,
you have to hear
I'm
it
done with her
again.
voice. Like, I love her to
Yeah.
death, but like that did it. And
Yes.
the movie came out, and I saw it. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, here comes the scene. And sure enough, there's a little few. There's like probably 12 frames altogether,
Right.
where we're in the background cheering. And I called her. I said, hey, check it out. Go to this point. And she's looking. She's like, those are dots. I'm like, yeah, but look, that dot has glasses. That's probably
It does.
you. And the other one has the panda.
That's right.
And then everything clicked. And she's like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, that is me. And like she started sharing it. And I'll tell you, it's that. You're right. If you've never truly done this, if you've never sat through it, if you've never gone through production, a director telling you, oh, we gotta mock up a shooting scene, and you guys like stand there and scream for 5 hours.
Oh yeah.
You're probably not, you probably gotta really put your feet, get your feet wet.
Somewhere else.
Go
But
to
you learn
to
so
see if
much.
It's worth it. It's so important.
So crazy. I think some of my funnest times was as an extra though, or a feature or an extra. You just meet so many people, and you're sitting there for hours. So
you have to.
like
It's almost like
It's like sitting in hair and makeup. You're telling them your life
Oh my
story. You
gosh.
just kind of become friends in 1 day or 2 days or whatever you have.
Long-lasting relationships
But
too. sometimes.
absolutely. I have 4 people who have moved on. One of my really close friends that I met as a feature on a show, and there was like 4 of us. Kristen Bell, who's now
Really?
super famous.
What?
Yeah, on
That's
Veronica
awesome.
Mars. So I was a reoccurring feature on that show for 2 seasons. That was it. But so Kristen, me, this girl Alicia, and Cher, we were all friends. We all ate together. Obviously, Kristen went on to be A-list.
Of course.
Alicia started opening for, Enrique Iglesias and all these other things.
Awesome.
Cher is a comedian now. And then I'm over here doing my thing. So long lasting forever. I don't talk to Kristen anymore. I did run into her at the LA airport 4 years ago, and we said hi and gave each other hugs. She has her cute little girls now. But like she traveled up to the top real quick.
Yeah.
But that's long lasting relationships right there.
Yeah, you really truly have to appreciate the art and understand the work that goes into it.
Yeah.
That is definitely a very, very hard part of it. Well, guys, I've taken enough of your time. I thank you for everything you've given me and the lessons you've given us. And I really, truly appreciate this time. I don't know what to say. This is just not even the tip of the iceberg. I feel like this is like a little snowflake on top of the mountain that is you.
Aww,
Congratulations on all your success. You obviously have way more to come. I can't speak highly enough of you. You're a fantastic mother, a great entrepreneur, and a beautiful individual for the Coachella Valley to have. Hopefully you stay here longer, and so we can see you grow here as well.
Thank you. I look forward to it.
Of course. So guys, as a reminder, I do like to talk about our sponsors right at this point, but there is one thing I want to talk about. I recently came across a Instagram account called All Seated in a Barn. Have you ever heard of that?
I haven't.
So this lady, her name is Talia Fisher.
Okay.
And she owns a barn over in Bakersfield, California. And what she does is she goes to auctions and saves equestrian animals, which are horses and other ones. And she literally did that she grew up with animals, and she learned how to love and respect them. And as she sees this kind of side of the industry, she's like it. So she goes and so that. And a lot of people that do follow her are not only committed to her story, they're committed to her. And it's very easy to see why. She's a fantastic person that pours her heart out. And if you guys have a minute to go through that Instagram account, it is very much about that side of the equestrian world. So be ready, be prepared. It is very tough to watch if you don't know anything about it. It's very educational, but it comes with its, I love my puppies. I used to have horses growing up. I lived in Spain for a long time. So Mustangs were always my family's horses, and it's kind of tough to watch and see and understand. But you know what? She's trying to make a difference in the world.
I love it. I will follow her right now.
Animals left and right. She keeps in her barn, and some need to be re-educated, to be re-entered into the world, but she does that. And she takes time out of her day in this non-profit organization.
Wow.
That's a fantastic person. As of right, I think right now she's doing it right now. I think right now she's actually in an auction saving as many horses as she can from these, houses that probably,
my God.
life, kill, shelter, stuff like that. Yeah, she actually saves them from that. It's a fantastic person. The story is great. So I invite you guys to check it out. It's on Instagram, All Seated in a Barn. We are actually going to include her link as well as all the links that Tisha has brought us today. into this episode. We do hope you guys can at least check it out, at least follow it. You just do a follow, share a story. You never know who's watching. You never know who's paying attention. It'd be a fantastic way to help an individual that's already doing a lot of the work for us. That being said, thank you to the rest of our sponsors. As always, our bus box. Today we did not come with a bus box. That's because I drank it all. And we really are definitely looking forward to our 4th of July events. Stay tuned to make sure you guys pay attention to that. And it will be somewhere in Palm Springs. Can't wait to tell you more about it. For sure. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you once again. To the rest of you listening, have a great day or a good night. Bye-bye.